Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Model Kit Review. Alright guys, I'm not sure how many of you out there actually like masking canopies, but this is often a stage in the build of a model kit that stalls out my projects, especially on kits that have multiple panes and lots of window glazing. I really get bogged down because of this. One of the aftermarket products that I really appreciate and use quite often are the aftermarket canopy masks for the different model kits. In this review video, I'll be taking a look at a masking set from a company that I just recently heard of. That company is Kit Masx, and the spelling of that is M-A-S-X. This is their part number 48-063T, and it's made specifically for the 1/48 scale Monogram OS2U Kingfisher. I have previously reviewed the Monogram Classics Kingfisher on this channel. You can click the link above to see that video. Last year, I was working on this Kingfisher model, and I asked if anybody knew of an aftermarket company that made canopy masks for the Kingfisher, and one of the viewers out there recommended the Kit Masx brand. I finally got around to contacting them earlier this month, and they very promptly sent me a set of the canopy masks for the Kingfisher. They also sent me masks for another kit, and I'll review those at a later date. Looking at what comes with this masking set, this set includes masks for the exterior of the canopy. It also includes masks for the inside of the canopy if you want to paint the framing on the inside of the canopy. Additionally, it includes masks for the wheels on the kit, as well as for the clear landing light on the underside of the wing. Since I had already glued the canopy sections in place, I did not use the mask on the inner side of the canopy. Instead, I just used the mask for the outer canopy panels. When removing the individual panels from the backing sheet, I usually bend the panel a little bit to lift a corner of the panel, and then I gently lift that with the tip of a razor blade, and I carefully place that on the model. I try to line up at least 2 edges of the panel with the framing that's on the kit canopy, and if you line up 2 edges precisely, the rest of the edges usually line up without any issues. I was able to easily mask the front windscreen and the pilot's canopy. When I started masking the rear canopy sections, I ran into something that's a little bit confusing in the way that the rear canopy sections are laid out on the backing sheet. Although the masks are laid out in order from front to back with the corresponding canopy sections that they go to, each section on the rear 3 sections is flipped such that the rear panels of that section are in the front and the front sections of that panel are in the rear. I've marked this diagram for clarity just so you know which panels go where. Looking at the inner canopy sections, it looks like the same thing applies here, where the rearmost panels in that section are laid out similarly. As I was applying the mask on the rear canopy sections, I noticed that a few of the masks were just a little bit on the long side. I was able to put those in place and then just gently trim the one edge of the canopy section to give the proper width on the framing. I would actually chalk this up to some production variants on the canopy sections themselves. This is a very old kit. Additionally, it's very easy to trim a panel if the mask section is a little bit long. I would much prefer that over the mask being a little bit on the short side. In this picture, you can see that all of the canopy masks are on. I have trimmed up a few of them, as I said, and these look really nice. Though it's not called out in the instructions, this picture shows the mask on the underwing landing light. I also use a wheel mask in this set to paint the wheels with excellent results. After masking the canopy sections, I first painted the canopy framing with the interior green. Afterwards, I sprayed the exterior color, which is the intermediate blue. I did not have any issues with the canopy mask edges lifting. The masks themselves performed flawlessly. It only took me about half an hour to mask this entire kit, and that's really quick. It was much simpler to use this masking set and much less nerve-wracking than it would be for me to mask this all by hand. Quality-wise, I would say that this masking set is on par with the Eduard masking sets that I have used in the past. The only thing that I think would make this masking set even better is if the rear canopy sections were all laid out from front to back on the backing sheet. I think that would just make logical sense, and it would go a long way toward making the application of the individual canopy panels foolproof instead of potentially problematic for the unaware. I want to say thanks again to Kit Masx for providing the review sample. This set really helped me out on this build, and I can highly recommend this product. I'll provide a link in the description below if you want to check out the Kit Masx website. I found the website very easy to navigate. They have quite a few masking sets already available, and they're continuing to expand their inventory. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think. If any of you have used canopy masks from Kit Masx or another brand, please let me know in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, model on.